It's Valentine's Day, and I just sent off the most beautiful edible arrangement to the most consistent man in my life. Yes, I've been in a relationship for quite some time now. I don't talk about it that much, but it's my barber. I have seen him every other week for the last 6 years, and it is a great relationship. I mean, obviously, it's an open relationship. We have understanding. I allow him to have other clients because, that's his livelihood. And I get it. Sometimes you just need something different. Me, myself, I'm very traditional. I'm old school. I just like to have one barber. I don't need to be in different people's chairs. I don't know their practices. I don't know how they clean their clippers. It's just not for me. But it's okay if he wants to cut other people's hair. I'm okay with that. Now, these young kids, I know they can go to different barbers every week, every Friday. Oh, let me find what barbers are cheaper. No, that's not me. I can't do that. That's how you get scalp flu. I don't want scalp flu. And my barber's great. His haircuts are amazing. They're amazing. Those lines, they're pristine. Like, they're absolutely beautiful. Ain't nothing out there for me. There's nothing else out there for me. He is the one. And he's completely respectful. We have our rules, we have our parameters, and he follows them. I have a standing appointment. There's no one in my chair when I get there. He lets these other motherfuckers know that I am the top client. I'm 9 to 5. They're the weekend. In fact, I'm like 6 a.m. I get there at 6 a.m. to get my hair cut on a Friday. I'm one of the first clients. In my mind, I'm the only client. That matters, at least. When he's out of town, I just let my hair grow. And I can't have anyone else touching my head like that. If it comes down to it, I'll just cut my own hair. That's just how I feel about it. I would feel so shameful if he came back and noticed a difference, This is not how I left your head. Someone else has been in this head. Like, the grip ain't right on the clippers, like the tread. Nah. Who else has been touching his head? I would be so ashamed if that happened. So I just waited out because he's a great man. Like, no one cuts hair like he does. Like, at this point, I'm not even tempted by other barbers. And they try me all the time. I can be leaving the barbershop and go to Kroger, Publix, China Express. And these moralists barbers will approach me and say, hey man, I see you got that cut, but if you're looking for, another barber, here's my card, let me know. And I'm like, how dare you? You see this line? You see this part on the left side? You see I'm in a committed relationship with my barber and you're approaching me? Like, the fuck? This one barber was like, I'm sorry, man, no disrespect, but do your barber let you have friends though? Niggas ain't shit.
Yeah, the outline with Kevin Dwayne, Kevin Dwayne. Yeah, the outline. With Kevin Dwayne. The outline. With Kevin Dwayne. This is the outline with Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. With Kevin Dwayne.
I just text my main chick. Tell her I ain't coming home tonight. Why are these songs so damn disrespectful? Like, that is Ty Dolla $ign featuring YG. Like, the lyrics are trash, but I love it. I love it so damn much. I love that they use the 112 Only You remix beat. It's a jam. And my favorite part is on YG's verse where he's like, YG, you a thought? I don't know why. That rings in my head over and over again every time I hear that song because it's hilarious. But R&B music is so disrespectful. It's pretty much rap now, like when it comes to lyrics. Like, everybody got side chicks. Ain't niggas ain't shit. I mean, it's like reality television, you know. It's the real. But happy Valentine's Day, you all, regardless of how you feel about it. It is the day of love. Cupid's out here fucking with motherfuckers, you know, make people mad. And my time hop is just disrespectful. Time hop and Facebook on this day just do the most sometimes. I have to actually turn the push notifications off. I don't know how they got on, but first of all, why do all these apps even have push notifications? Have you noticed that every app that you open is like, hey, can you allow access to send you notifications? Like, for what, girl? I don't need reminders of memories, girl. Like, and since it's Valentine's Day, Time Hop's like, hey, open it up now. You can see all your Valentine's Day memories. I am okay. We're good. There are nothing but screenshots and nudes of yesteryear. I will be all right. I don't want to be reminded of any of that shit. It's cool. Now, Valentine's Day is a very sensitive thing to a lot of people every year. It's every year. It's nothing new. So you, on one side, you have people who love Valentine's Day, and that's fully their right. It's a holiday. I mean, not a good one where you get to take the day off, but it's a holiday that's celebrated by many, many people. And I feel that if you are in a relationship or you have a special someone, celebrate them. That's all good. Celebrate them as you would any other day. Don't think that this is the only day to go all out. And also, don't put yourself in debt just for this day either. I mean, show that love throughout the year, but it's okay to, you know, buy some candy, some flowers, edible arrangements, whatever. Do that. It's fun. People like to be included in things. And if you don't believe me, look at the Black Panther premiere. That's happening this week, starting tonight, actually. People are actually buying outfits. They have, like, party buses and shit. People are going all out for this movie because we all like to feel like we belong. And I don't think Valentine's Day is any different. If you want to do something, do something. It's totally fine. And you shouldn't have to feel ashamed for it. A coworker of mine was just saying yesterday, she's married and, you know, has kids. And she was like, you know, me and my husband, we don't have to go all out, but I would like to, you know, maybe just light a candle or something, you know, just something cute. It's Valentine's Day. It's fun. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because on the other hand, you have people who are single and, I mean, a little bitter. And they're like, here comes Valentine's Day. And they want to rain on the parade. Now, if you're single, celebrate yourself. Celebrate your friends. Celebrate the fact that you aren't settling for something for the sake of a day that's only 24 hours like the rest. But you don't have to rain on somebody else's parade. You do not. Like, just chill out. It will be over before you know it because it's a goddamn Wednesday. It's going to go by. It's not a huge deal. There's no need to feel like you're less than. I would also advise staying off of social media. Like, I just want to stay off because it's going to just be too much. I think between the two sides, it's going to be annoying. You're going to have the one side like, oh, here come the Valentine's Day people. But yeah, you know, I don't want to be on that side. And I also don't want the influx of people doing way too much. I'm like, so it'll be a light social media day. That's self-care. Take care of yourself, but don't rain on other people's parade. And also don't feel bad for yourself. Like, there's no need for self-loathing. Go hang with your friends. Like, buy yourself some candy, shit, masturbate, do something for yourself, enjoy your day. It's just a day like all the other ones. Christmas, New Year's, we put way too much into feeling like we aren't checking a box. It's all right. Like, by the time you listen to this podcast, I'm sure it'll be close to noon, and look, before you know it, the day will be over. That simple. But we can't ignore the fact that it is Valentine's Day. No matter how much you tell yourself, oh, I didn't even realize. You knew it's February 14th. Like, you knew. Stop playing. It's okay, though. You'll survive. We'll all survive. It's just a day. Now, speaking of settling and not settling and following ideals, I was watching the newest Queer Eye, which is amazing. It's on Netflix. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. was an old Andy Cohen show. It had to be 15 years ago. It was before Housewives and everything. It was one of Andy Cohen's first shows on Bravo. I believe it was Bravo. Yeah, it was Bravo. And, it was 5 gay guys would go and find straight people and make them over, straight guys and make them over. Now, I've noticed with this show, it's just called Queer Eye. It's not called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. And I figured that out on episode 4 because episode 4 was this guy who wanted to come out the closet. He was gay and no one knew, even though he had a full ass relationship. Now, that episode was a tough watch. And mind you, the other episodes are tough watches too because this show is actually smartly done. They tackle politics, they tackle equality, they unpack certain ideologies. It's a really good show. I actually like it more than the original, to be honest with you, because it's smart television. It's progressive. So I definitely recommend watching it. But episode 4 is this one guy, I can't think of his name, but he wants to come out the closet. Now, what makes it so hard to watch is he has so many triggers and so many thoughts about what it is to be gay, and he fights against them. At least he was fighting against them so much because he didn't want to be found out. And so when it comes down to it, he would keep his place a certain way because he thought that's how straight men should behave. I mean, like, dirty, rugged. He had this mangy ass beard, just craziness. He wore baggy ass clothes because he's like, well, I don't want it to look feminine. And he didn't mean feminine in a way like tight clothes to the point that you would have like pleather pants and the fucking crop top. He just meant clothes that fit. And so the guy who does the clothing was just kind of like, can we talk about that a little bit? He's all like, you have a nice body. He had a beautiful body. Like, he actively worked out. But he said on the show, I feel like gay men are always showing off their bodies. And I just don't want to be lumped into that. And I also don't want to wear a lot of bright colors, even though he actually enjoyed the colors. It wasn't that he didn't like it. He didn't want to. He was fighting against the system. Like, he was letting society tell him how he should behave as this quote unquote straight appearing guy. And it was heartbreaking because we all know people like this. We know that he's not an isolated incident. There are so many gay men out there, bi men, who are controlled by what people think of them, and they are so afraid to live their authentic self. And he ended up coming out at the end of the show, and it was a great episode. And so was episode 3. It was with a cop. But watch the show. It's super good. But that wasn't even what triggered me. What triggered me, well, it did trigger me because I just, it's hard for me to see people who can't live in their truth. I know it takes a lot of courage to come out the closet. I know it takes a lot of courage to be oneself. And I talked about that on last week's show. You have to live life against the grain. So I know. So that definitely was triggering. But I was also thinking about something, especially when it comes to like love and relationships. And it's the idea of posturing, is being someone else for the sake of being, I guess, palatable to people. This man who was deeply closeted and kind of self-hating, to be honest with you, was in a relationship, a serious relationship, and he was talking about marriage with this beautiful guy. And that got me thinking about the whole idea of being DL and being discreet. I've noticed that a lot of DL guys and discreet people have these relationships in privacy. And they're successful because they're, I guess, discreet and private. And then also because they're following society standards of like, oh yeah, people can't know you gay because, I don't want people in our business. I don't want people to know I'm gay. It got me thinking. I was just like, damn, like, so if I always thought about that because I'm an out gay man. I've been out since I've told the first person when I was 17. Well, no, I told the first person when I was 14, but then I started kind of coming out to other people when I was like 17, came out to my mom, 18, 19 years old. I'm still cloudy on that one for some reason. I think it was 19, but I remember sitting in that room and telling her. But anyway, I've been out the closet for some time now. I will be 32 in 3 weeks. It's been a long time. So in no shape could I ever be straight to anybody. Like, there's just no way. So I thought to myself, like, is this like a strike against me because I'm out? I mean, I'd never try to, go back into anybody's closet. But I was just kind of like, damn, you have this relationship going on and they're both probably private as fuck, don't tell nobody, but it's working out for them. And I'm like, but I feel like I'd be posturing. And that got me thinking about like representatives, how people put on to kind of get what they want. Because I was just all like, who the fuck do I have to be to get some reciprocity? Shout out to Lauryn Hill. Who do I have to be to even be in a relationship? I have this idea that people are only in certain things because they're posturing to be something else. They let their representatives appear on these dates. They limit themselves just so they can be palatable to potential partners. And that just seems like the biggest lie to me. And I'm not saying that for the sake of the guy on the show. It just was a catalyst for me thinking this way. And I realized that even in out gay culture, people who are out of the closet, it's a lot of that where a lot of people are pretending to be what they're not for the sake of being in a relationship with other people. And I'm like, I can't do it. For example, I can't be this hyper masculine ass dude just so a guy can feel comfortable with being with me. That's stupid. That's absolutely stupid. I am who I am. I don't consider myself masculine or feminine. I think I'm kind of in between. I mean, say what you want. That will be your perspective. I'm going off of my own self-awareness. I know that by society standards, and which however bullshit they are, I know how I carry myself. I mean, I give you the traditional male look, how I dress and the beard and shit like that, which means nothing in the on-site. But I also have, I say society because all this shit is, they're constructs. Like being a man, I have the body parts of a man. I am a cisgendered man, so no one can take that from me. And I feel I'm well-rounded. And I think we all have times where we need both. I've talked about this on the show before. There's times where we need the stereotypical masculine energy of aggression and strength and all that. But there's times we also need to be more submissive and understanding and soft and compassionate, which is commonly deemed as feminine, which is stupid because I feel like it should just be well-roundedness, and we need both energies. And I feel like I'm in between because I know how to balance the two. I know how to go hard when I need to go hard, and I know how to soften up when I need to soften up, because I'm always looking to be whole and well-rounded. I don't want to skew to any one end, and so I would prefer a partner who understood that that's what we all need. We need both. That's why we need all those energies. It's not a matter of having one or the other. Boys shouldn't just be all aggression, and women shouldn't just be all submission. It should be a balance of both, because we all need to navigate the world. We all need to code switch with these energies, and that provides wholeness. So I hate the idea that I could date someone and they think I need to be one way or the other. There's some men who will look at me and think like, okay, I need you to be submissive. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. Then there's some who are like, okay, I need you to be harder for the sake of, masculinity. And I'm just like, that's not going to happen. I'm in between, and I want to be in between. I think there's balance. We need balance. And so it just got me thinking like, damn, like at what point can I just be myself? And the thing about it is I am myself, but at what point will I meet someone that just understands it and it's just cool with it? Just like, it's cool. Like, it's fine. Because even in my last relationship, I know that there were conversations about me talking about gay stuff all the time on Facebook. And I'm like, I'm gay. Like, what the hell? And also, like, my ex was closeted until we were together. So I got it. I understood the fear. I understood the, the pushback. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not. And you knew what you were getting into when you met me. So it is what it is. But I remember that idea. And it's like, when will I meet someone who's just not so threatened by that? Like, we're gay. This is what we do. I talk about what's relevant to me. I don't put my shit through a filter so that society can accept me. So at what point can the representative stop appearing? Because that's now my fear. I'm noticing that when we go on these dates and we meet people, we posture, we become someone else just so that we can appear a certain way so that they will be with us, and vice versa. They're doing the same thing too. And it's like, when can we show up to that first day? We can still be our best selves. We can still come in our best dress. We can still put our best foot forward. But can we be our authentic selves though? Because what I'm tired of representatives showing up on those dates and being that person for about 3 months. And then after a while, when shit gets real, that person they were disappears and you start seeing the real them. Why didn't you just bring this motherfucker to the table when we met at Applebee's the first time? I don't understand. And I just don't want to posture, because I feel like that is a form of settling. You're pretending to be someone else just to get in a relationship. That is settling. That is playing yourself. That is lying to yourself and is lying to the other person. And I just don't want it, because I'll be damned if I will be in another relationship that falls apart because we aren't being our authentic selves. Like, I cannot do it. It's just no. Cancel it. Kill it. Burn it. Make sure it doesn't come back. And yeah, no, I don't want it. I don't need it. I can't do it. So don't settle, y'all. Don't settle. Let's take a quick break and I'll be back to talk about the law of attraction. Today's episode of the Outline Podcast is brought to you by the LGBT Arts and Culture Music Festival. This is a 4-day, 4-night destination event catering to professional men, women, and non-binaries in the LGBT plus community. The travelers will enjoy an action-packed weekend consisting of themed parties, live entertainment, celebrity appearances, cultural excursions, and an all-star comedy night concert. They even have Sean T hosting their Vanguard Awards. It's going to be a great event, and it's in the Dominican Republic. It's going to be May 25th through the 29th of 2018. To register, go to lgbtmusicfest.com or call 404-756-8433. Make sure you tell them Kevin Dwayne of the Outline Podcast sent you. Today's episode of the Outline Podcast is also brought to you by Audible. Audiobooks are awesome. If you listen to podcasts, you can listen to books as well. I recommend We're Gonna Need More Wine by Gabrielle Union. She narrates it. It's hilarious. It's insightful. And she's just an amazing actress in person all around. You can get this audiobook for free and 30 days along with it by going to audibletrial.com/outlinepod. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/outlinepod. Let's get back to the show. Welcome back to the Outline Podcast. Remember, if you like any quotes, make sure you go to Twitter and at me. At me, bro. Outline Podcast or The World of Kevin for my personal page. And just put your favorite quote with the hashtag The Outline Podcast. You can do that on Facebook. You can do it on Instagram, wherever. Also, subscribe on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play. Tell your friends about it. That's how we get the show going. And make sure you're leaving your comments as well and your ratings. That's how we rise up in the ranks. And I thank you for all who have done it. You are wonderful. So let's talk about the law of attraction. I know at the beginning of this year, I told you all that I wanted to execute. It's all about execution this year. And I've been very successful. I have become a better worker. I have become a more efficient person when it comes to eating well and working out. I've been in the gym at least 4 days a week since the top of the year, and it feels amazing because I put these routines in place. But I also have been working on keeping a positive mindset. Now, I am usually optimistic. That's always been my disposition throughout life. I tend to look at the bright side, but I started really digging into the law of attraction and seeing how powerful it is. Now, if you're familiar with The Secret, that was a book that came out some years ago, over a decade. It talks about the law of attraction. The idea is this: anything that you think for a sustained amount of time will come to be. What happens is you think it long enough, and then your feelings align with that thought, and then the universe takes over and makes it happen. And that's why you have to always be cautious of what you're putting out into the universe, because it will happen. This is why Mondays are so terrible for people. This is literally why people hate Mondays. It's because on Sunday, you're like, tomorrow's Monday. Monday's gonna suck. Monday's gonna be busy. I hate Mondays. It's because we in the world are putting that energy into it. On a show before this, had to be last year, I talked about taking your Mondays back and doing positive things on Monday, doing things for other people, because giving, you get a lot of joy from giving. It's just something about it. You're putting positive energy there and you get what you give. And so if you go into a Monday doing better things, saying, okay, today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a productive day. I'm going to enjoy myself today. I'm going to go have my favorite lunch. I'm going to have my favorite dinner. I'm going to get a pedicure, manicure after work. You can take back Mondays. You should not be having a day of the week that you hate. Gary Vaynerchuk, who has an amazing book called Crush It. Amazing book. He's the guy who's been on all like the Breakfast Club, and he's so dope. And he also talks about just kind of following your passion and getting some money from it, monetizing. He talks about, like, if you have a job that you actually hate going to, that makes you hate Mondays or any day of the week, or if you're only enjoying weekends, you're living life all wrong. And I agree. You should be enjoying every day of the week. And I truly think it starts with the law of attraction. Every morning I make it a routine of mine to either meditate, write a quick journal of intentions, and it's a quick journal. It's like a few lines of things I want to happen in that day. And I kind of set a tone for the day. It typically works around, today is going to be amazing. I'm going to be productive. I am going to communicate efficiently. I'm going to also receive effective communication. I put certain affirmations into the world and I get them back. And it works, you guys. It absolutely works. What you put out is what you get. Think about that one person because we all have this person. There's a person that it seems like it always rains on them. It seems like they're always going through something. They're always, it's just a series of bad luck. Now, people are different. There are some people who they've been dealt really bad cards. Don't get me wrong. But if you also look at their disposition and how they are, those people usually aren't the most optimistic. I have people that I know who they wake up like, let me go to this damn job. What they gonna do today? I know somebody gonna piss me off. I know I'm gonna have to fight somebody. I know this is gonna happen. And what happens? Just what they said, because they're attracting it. This shit is real, y'all. You have to watch what you're putting into the universe, because it just says, okay, this is what you want. Let's do it. So work on that. And it can be used in anything. It can be used in work. It can be used in career. It can be used in passion, people who you date. Like, I actually have a list of qualities that I want in my next partner. And no, it's not like one of those chili lists, because I was talking to my friend Brandon the other day and he saw it on my table. He's all like, but do you feel like you're asking for too much when you create stuff like this? I'm like, no, I don't. And like, who are you to tell me that I can't create a list of intentions of things I want in someone? I'm not saying they have to be all of these things, but these are things that I would like. And I don't think we should tell someone what they should want or desire. It's a way of making it plain, because a lot of times if you have not because you ask not. And if you don't ask for what you want, you're not going to get it. If you don't ask, the answer is no automatically. So why not say, okay, these are things I'm looking for, so you have a standard. By no means am I saying, oh, whoever I meet has to have all of these qualities. No, 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 no. I know that there's no one that's going to be perfect. There's no one who's going to have everything, but these are things that I am looking for. And it helps me to know what I'm looking for. No, I'm setting the attention, and that way the universe can take over and give it back. And I find that no different than people who pray. You're asking for things that you want. And they come through because you're putting it to the universe. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm all about setting those intentions. And I've had great days because of it. Like literally, it eases my mind. It reduces my fear. Just last week, I had someone who asked me to do a fashion shoot. So as a photographer, I've been doing this for 6 years, but I still have imposter syndrome, which I talk about all the time, where I feel like I'm not qualified to do certain shoots because, just experience and I shy away from them because I know what comes along with them. And fashion has always been something I'm like, it's not really my thing. I like natural things. I like engagements. I like baby showers. I like events because it's natural. You also don't have to book studios. And I'm not a controlled environments. Before I did the shoot, I was very like, I don't really know if I want to do a studio shoot, because I've always thought of studio shoots as very intimidating. Because, you have to have all the proper lights, the proper, equipment. And then there's crews of people there, makeup and stylists and assistants and, entourages. And I just never wanted to have that pressure of being the photographer for that. I've always kind of shied away from it. I never felt like I was adequate enough to do it. So the stylist guy that I know is a friend of mine. He knew I was a photographer. He's like, I really want to shoot with you. And I told him, I said, I don't really do fashion like that. I really think you should find someone who's into it, because I want you to get the look that you want. I want you to get the styling that you want. But he was so adamant about using me. He's like, listen, I've seen your work. You're a great photographer. I think you can do it. He's like, also, I want someone who's okay with models, with male models, with women models. He's like, a lot of photographers out here are straight men and they make the models feel uncomfortable. I said, damn, that's a generalization, but it's probably true. He's like, or, you'll see their work and all they work with is women. He's like, I have a male model I want to use. I don't want them to be weird by, a lot of us being, either homosexual, the stylist and stuff like that. He's like, I don't want to deal with that. He's like, it works that you're gay, you're comfortable around people. He's like, and you're a good photographer. I think you'll be fine. I'm like, well, I can take a good picture now. I'm not worried about that. I was just more concerned about, all the lighting and stuff and having the proper stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. You can rent anything. I rent equipment all the time. But in studios, there's certain equipment that you should have, Now, one thing about me is I'm a DIY guy. I can make anything work, because even if I can't get the picture how I want it to do in real time, I can Photoshop the fuck out of it later and make it look like something. So I ended up saying yes. He ended up booking the studio and doing all that elbow work, and had the shoot, and the shoot went very, very well. In fact, I'm very proud of the photos. You can see them on Instagram on Kevin Dwayne Photography or on The World of Kevin. The model was a very attractive guy, super great, nice guy. His name is Timothy Lawrence, T_Lawrence. The stylist was Raymond Rose, and the shoot went very well, and I was very proud of myself, because I don't normally do stuff like that. I'm not even a wedding guy. I'm an event guy. I'm a conference guy. I like engagement shoots. I like, natural things. So things like that are just not my typical niche. But now I'm like, okay, I'll add this to the list, because I did enjoy this a lot. So it made me order some different lighting. I ordered some strobe lights that should be arriving today, because I ordered them from Amazon Prime. And it pushed me forward, and I'm glad it happened. And I feel like I attracted that, because I said to myself, I wanted to take my photography to the next level. And so by me putting that intention out, it brought this on. And I almost missed out on the chance, because I was ready to say no. And I'm a yes man. I'll say yes to opportunities, but I think in that moment, my fear and the imposter syndrome had me thinking like I couldn't do it, and I ended up doing it and beasting it. And I've gotten so many great compliments on the work, and it was posted on the guy's page. He has like all these followers, and just seeing the comments and people like, oh, this is dope, and that made me feel really, really good, and it strengthened me. And I'm glad that I set that intention. I'm glad that I followed through, and I'm just using that in so many ways. Just over the weekend on Saturday, I spent the all day Saturday editing. And Saturday night, I said to myself, tomorrow, I want to go into the city and have a good ass time. I don't know who I'm going to do it with. I don't know like who it will be with, but tomorrow I want to have an amazing time in the city, whether it be brunch, whatever. I do want to get out. I want to meet some people. I just want to have fun tomorrow. The next morning, I sent someone a text. Actually, okay, so give you a background. A beehive, a person of the beehive, made these mixes of Beyonce's Formation concert. They're amazing. They're like studio albums. I don't know how he did it, but he took all the stuff from the concert and he made these studio versions of them, like all the mixes. You can literally hear the concert and perform to it and everything. He took like the actual music from the albums and recreated the entire set list with all the interludes and everything. It is amazing. So I sent the link to a few people who I knew would appreciate it. One of those people was Dwayne Walter, who's been on the show before. He's the personal trainer. He was on the show last year. Oh yeah, that was early last year. I sent to him like, it was like almost midnight. The next morning, he texted me at 6:30 in the morning, like, oh my God, who did this? This is amazing. This just made my day. And I'm like, isn't it great? Whatever. And in that moment, he was like, hey, I'm free on weekends. We should hang out soon. And I was just like, you know what? What are you doing today? Let's get something to eat. He was like, bet. So we ended up meeting up at Yard House and we had brunch. We ended up sitting there for 4 hours just talking, cracking up, laughing. The waiter was super damn cool, gave us free drinks, and it was a good ass time. So after that, he was like, well, what are you doing now? Let's hang out some more. And I was like, cool. We ended up going to G's in Midtown. Once again, had a great time there. Ended up being a whole day out. We ended up going next door to 10th and Piedmont, and I didn't get home until about 9:30 p.m. And all I could think about was, damn, last night I said to myself, I wanted to get out today. And with very little effort, it happened. I didn't have to put in that much effort. I literally sent a text to this person about Beyonce, and the next morning we're talking about hanging out, and it ended up being that day, and it ended up being exactly what I wanted on Saturday. It's the law of attraction, I'm telling you, and I think it could be used in any sort of it, whether you want to like, hey, this year I want to make this amount of money, this year I want to do this, because I think it puts you in action, it puts the universe in action, and everything lines up. And I want to use it on a bigger scale. I want to get to a point where I'm able to really get the career of my dreams, really have the life that I want, and just really take it there. I've realized that I'm very pleased with my life. I'm very content. I definitely want more, but I'm also very privileged, I think. I mean, I work from home, for God's sake. I've been working from home for the last 5 years. It's been amazing. Almost 6 years, honestly. It's been amazing. It's comfortable. And I know that that's not a privilege that everyone has, but it allows me to get other things done. It works great for my sanity. It's wonderful. And I feel like I manifest good things by, first of all, being grateful for them, for giving back and keeping a flow, and also remaining positive. Even on bad days, I don't allow moments to take over. I could have a bad moment. I breathe through it and say, okay, this is just a bad moment. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with me. It has something to do with somebody else. And I move on and allow things to happen. I think we have to set good intentions, be patient, and allow the universe to work everything else out. And I'm finding more and more power in doing so. Now, something that has helped me tremendously with this, there's an app called The Secret, just like the book. It's like $6. It's amazing. Every day you get a push notification of just reminding you of positive thoughts and affirmation you can have for the day. It's a great way to start the day. Before I check social media, before I even brush my teeth, I wake up and I literally look at that app and see what it says for the day. That way my attitude is already starting. I'm already setting an intention. I also receive an email from, it's called The Universe. The website is tut.com. If you go there and put your email address in and give your name and like your birthday, it sends you a personalized email every day. And it also is like an affirmation. It's super amazing. And it sends you these great emails. In fact, where is my phone? I am going to read you the one that came today so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. 1 second. I'm pulling it up right now. So today's message from the universe, and it says the universe. It says from the universe in the email. And it says, Kevin, I know what it's like. I've seen it played out a zillion times. You're waiting on that magical day when someone makes the connection and recognizes who you really are. Maybe they'll first catch the sparkle in your eye, or perhaps they'll marvel at your insights and the depth of your spirit. Someone who will help you connect the dots, believe in yourself, and make sense of it all. Someone who will understand you, approve of you, and unhesitatingly give you a leg up so that life can pluck your ready, ripened self from the branch of magnificence. Well, I'm here to tell you, Kevin, your wait is over. That someone is you. Good thing you rock. The universe. Isn't that amazing? Like, how can you read something like that in the morning and not have an amazing day? It's great intentions. And then also, I'll go to the Secret app and read you what it says today there, so you get an idea. And I do this every morning, so it just sets intentions for the day. So today in the Secret app, it says this. You are a magnet. When you become a magnet of wealth, you attract wealth. When you become a magnet of health, you attract health. When you become a magnet of love, you attract love. When you become a magnet of joy, you attract joy. You must become the magnet of whatever it is you want to bring it to you. Magnet comes first. Manifestation is second. Manifestation is the effect of the magnet of you. This shit is real, man. So watch your thoughts. Watch the things that are holding space in your mind. If it's negative, push it away. Find a way to turn it into a positive. Start thinking about the things you want and not the things you don't want. Don't think about debt. Don't think about eviction. Don't think about repossession. Don't think about breakups. Don't think about bad health. Think about good health. Think about wealth. Think about a fabulous career. Think about joy. Think about happiness, because that's what you attract. Watch those sustained thoughts. You need to remain optimistic. It's not fake. It is realistic. You're realistically positive. People will tell you like, oh, I'm a realist. No, you're negative. Don't be a realist. Be positive. Be optimistic. Be a magnet. And that is the law of attraction. Well, that's the show. Happy Valentine's Day. I will talk to you all next week. Peace out.